The World Series of Poker 2016 is officially getting kicked off in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Rio Hotel and Casino. Yesterday was Wednesday, and that would have been the casino employees no limit hold'em tournament with one rebuy. It cost $565. That was a 2-day event, would be finishing up today. Today, June 2nd, is starting the tournament they call the Colossus, number 2, the Colossus. They think this is going to be a 5-day event. Buy-in is $565 with a $7 million guaranteed prize pool. Now why don't we go into the Rio and look around and see how things are getting started. Now today we're mostly just going to have satellite tournaments. You know how the satellites work. You play in a small satellite table. If you win that game, 10 crew game, then you go on to the next, you have the buy-in for the next event. As you can see, it looks like the smaller poker room in the Rio will still be working. Even though they have the big World Series of Poker in the convention hall, they still have the smaller poker room in action. Just a heads up if you want to play in the small room.
Unless I'm playing on their money, sure.
Now, as you can see, we're heading down the hallway to the main event, the World Series of Poker. This is a long hallway that takes you down into the convention center, into the main playing area. Now, about halfway down this hallway, you run into the Penn and Teller Theater, which is a very good show. So there you'll be passing by the Penn and Teller Theater. Now I must say, my experience into the World Series of Poker goes back 30 years ago when I used to play down at the Horseshoe. And I will say this, the experience is a whole lot different here in the Rio than it was 30 years ago at the Horseshoe. The Horseshoe was a smaller venue. Everybody was packed in there. It seemed to be a more rougher crowd. Back then, the crowd used to be, they were more rougher, the back room, pool hall type guys, and everybody was friendly, and it was it seemed like a lot more camaraderie. Back at the Horseshoe, because everything was smaller, and the numbers were not so big, of course you're going to have a closer knit community. People are going to be a lot more familiar with each other, whereas in a bigger venue like this, you're going to have people coming in from all over the world. The numbers are huge, and of course, you're not going to see a whole lot of familiar faces, and the camaraderie probably won't be the same, but times change, and here we are, 2016 World Series of Poker. Now, this would be the line here, if you have to get in line to register. For example, last year they had a long line, and this is where the line started, and it kept on going for a long ways. See, you can pre-register. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you the place where you pre-register, and you won't have to wait in this line. But if you do try to sign up for probably on the day of the event, there's probably going to be a long line, especially if you have thousands of people coming into the tournament.
Alright, so what are you going to copy? What?
You can either go play the golf or
And then I ran
Now here's where you will sign up for pre-registration for the tournaments. This is the area right here. Well, it's right at the end of the hallway. At the end of the hallway, right before you go into the main event, this is where you will sign up for pre-registration or signing up for the day of the event for the tournaments of the World Series of Poker 2016. So before we go into the main event where the satellites are being held today, remember that your presence here constitutes permission to be in film and or motion picture premieres.
Same place I was when I left.
So here we are in the World Series of Poker main arena. And if you win one of these satellites over here, we'll see you at one of the main events. So good luck and shuffle up and deal. What is your name?
Karine.
Are you you're from France?
Yeah, Paris.
And you're going to be playing in the main event?
Not the main event, but I play a lot of other tournaments.
Some of the other tournaments?
Yeah, it's good.
Well, good luck in the
Thank you.
World Series of Poker.
See you.